say how I feel. It's like ooh la la. It's kinda easy now 'cause it's real. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Well, hi everybody. How are you tonight? Cheers and happy New Year's. And guess what, everybody? I figured out why my computer was crashing. It wasn't YouTube, it was Backblaze. I installed Backblaze on my computer to do the backup, and it runs 24/7 unless I put it on pause, and it takes up all the resources, especially when it's trying to back up all the things that I have it backing up. It's kind of a hog. So it's now on pause. It's only going to back up like when I'm not on. I have it on a schedule. Yes, I've given it a schedule. So yay! Yay! Oh my goodness. Hi, Crafty Visage. How are you, Dawn? Gosh, it's good. And Lala. Lala was doing this a hop on her channel on Mommy Guide Inc. on craft, and she was the last in a whole bunch of crafters that had done things. And she had to do 3 cards in like a half an hour, I think it was, and it was just insane. And you know, if you know Lala at all, she likes to interact with the crowd a lot and talk and have a fun, and she's always laughing. And oh my gosh, how you did that, girl. You did not even breathe. It was so funny. It was so much fun. Anyway, it's so good to have everybody here. Larry's back. Yay, Larry's here. We have Linda, and then Larry's here, and Susan, SJ Color, and Green Rumor is Larry, an OG for the channel. And then SJ Pouring Color is Susan. Who else? Let's see. Mommy Guide Inc. Lala, my friend Lala in the Philippines. And Crafty Visage is Dawn, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's Dawn. And yes, Dawn. All that good stuff. Yay! And Tora is here. Just Toronado. Yay! All right, you guys. It's so good to have everybody here. Oh, awesome. Well, like I said, autocorrect stinks. I know autocorrect is crazy. So I have gotten through a lot of stuff. I did a 12-day, actually turned out to be 24-day challenge with my friend Mary Lou. We worked on stuff for our Video Creator Club to get 3 months worth of videos ready to go at the beginning of the first quarter. And I have 8 of them posted and scheduled. They'll go out every Monday on my other channel on camera dash GG17 or something like that, 17GG. Anyway, it's so I've done that, and I've put out shorts, and in the past 2 days I've done a lot. So, but yeah. Today I didn't do so much. I had a vertigo attack, and so yesterday, and I kind of threw me for a loop, and it was kind of wobbly still this morning. So, woohoo, not bad. I mean, it's not serious, like it's not doesn't lay me out. It just kind of makes me disconnected a little bit. So, anyway, thanks, Molly, Mom, Lala. I appreciate that. for the appreciation on that new channel. It's fun because it's all focused on photography and stuff. And I'll show you one of the things that I'm going to talk about in there for my art tonight. But tonight is show and tell and story time. And so let's get rocking and rolling on that to the next scene, which is, yay, show and tell. And starting off tonight with our show and tell is Larry. He says, hope your holiday has been great. We've been thinking about everyone. Looking forward to a break from the crazy and to join you all more often. Thank you, Larry. We've missed you and Angie a lot. Here's a little art from me. This is a pic of the Grands playing with my dad's chess set, which inspired me to paint something for my daughter-in-law's birthday. Inspiration I badly needed. Love you all and hope to join you this evening. Well, he's here, so yeah, that's good. And so the first one is the picture of his Grands right there. And so now I'll just hide them. And the next is his watercolor. 18 by 24 inch watercolor on French cotton. I am the walrus. Cuckoo, 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 isn't that it? I am the walrus. Ooh. Yeah. I love it. Look at that. Is that you dressed up there in the, oh, Larry? I love this. Let's go for the close-up. He sent a close-up of it too. Framed it. It's beautiful. Alice in Wonderland playing chess with the crew. And look at that. Larry, that's wonderful. Oh, look at the feet on the chair. On the chairs. Oh my gosh, the chairs have feet. Oh. And the reflection in the big mirror shows another mirror across the wall, on the opposite wall. Oops, sorry. Aldo has a greenie and he's making noise. All of this good stuff, but I love in the mirror that there is the reflection of the boy and of the walrus. Is that the walrus? I don't know. But the feet on the chair, I think that has to be one of my favorite things, Larry. Absolutely one of my favorite of all. Woohoo! That's so wonderful. Okay. Next we have, I'm just checking to see if, anybody, is Anthony here? Yay! Grayscale painting is, gosh, Anthony, hi! Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yay. So Susan said, after a day of failures, I decided to do a canvas yesterday. This is the first canvas I've done since the bubble wrap challenge with Larry. I'm going to let it live. All other projects are laid to rest. I love that. I know that feeling. Just sometimes you just have to throw them in the trash. They just have to be, and not done. But this is gorgeous. I really like the, it's kind of a cross between almost like a firework explosion, and a bloom. Kind of volcanic almost. My friend Doc is in Hawaii and on the Oahu, and he is not happy with the volcano right now. It's making his eyes burn and all that kind of stuff over there. They're having a little rough time of it. But this is that beauty part of a volcano that you see. So gorgeous. I really like your color choices and the little embellishments too. That's just that makes it special. Really does make it special. Yay, what are people saying? Happy New Year. Yeah, wowzer. Oh, Alice in Wonderland shirt. Yep, the color. Like maybe a million years I can paint this. Oh my gosh. Hey, Roy is here. here too. Tech troublemaker. Of course, tonight I'm not having any tech problems. So first off, let's give Susan an applause. Yay! Before I go to mine, and I'm going to blank it out for just a sec, and then I will show it again when I tell you. Hang on, that doesn't need to be there. Don't need two of me. So Roy, hello. I figured out what my tech problem was. I've been crashing for the past 3 weeks. Every time I went, or past month, it's been crashing like crazy. Every time I went live, like multiple times in it. I had forgotten that I had installed Backblaze, and it was running full bore at full bandwidth. Yeah, I'm kind of taking over my stream. So I have it on pause. It's in timeout. And now we can go back to normal. And it's working just fine. So first off, let's see, where is my picture? There we go. Back to there. All right. So this is my bit of art. And this is a very old piece that I did. And I see that it's signed G.W. Shepard. And I wonder if that's because I printed it after we got married, because I really think I took this in high school. This was the one I've talked about that I have sitting up here behind me, is one of the very first infrared pieces I did. And I went back this winter to Sportsman Park to try to find the place where I took this, but the park was closed in Yakima, and it was 28 degrees and there was snow all over the ground, and I wasn't about to go trekking through a closed park that has had a little bit of problems these days with people hanging out at that park in Yakima by the river. And in the wintertime, you never quite know. And it was cold and icy and slippery. And Bob was like, no, we're not trekking through Sportsman Park with the gate locked and leaving. No. So I did a little video for the on camera of it's on the, because this is actually what I consider my, the one that changed everything for me. The one photo. I had never experienced infrared before. I had never experienced quite looking at things that way in this type of thing and with that tone, and it just opened up a whole new world. And it's the only copy I have of this. I don't know where the negative is. The print sits right, like I said, sits right up there. But this is, I think I was probably 18 when I took this. And yeah, very fun. The swans, and it was at night, well, not quite night. It was in the summer, and the sun was setting, and yeah, just late. And my mom was not happy with me being down at Sportsman's Park. She just didn't think girls were supposed to hang out at parks at night. It was not what good girls did. Yeah. Anyway, so it's me, the walrus. Yes. Yay. So, gosh. So anyway, that's my contribution. So this is kind of, it's going to be in my series that goes along on my other channel that I've done on photography and the photography journey. But this is really one of the pieces that I consider as a turning point for me as a photographer. It was just one of those things that I went, oh, yeah, I got it. So, yay. Thank you, guys. There. Okay, what are people saying? Don likes black and white. Yeah, I do too. Big fan of infra blue and infra green. Yeah, infrared, infra blue and infrared is so much fun. And I don't know why they call it infrared, because it encompasses all the colors that we don't see, even outside and inside in. And then when you turn it into black and white, oh, it's just my friend. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. And so stories tonight. I did, the title tonight was Imagine That, because I ran across a couple of great books on that were full out imagination. And having spent New Year's with the Grands in Eugene, a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old, who don't do a lot of screen time and spend a lot of time outside, and like the 3-year-old goes to an outdoor preschool, so she's outdoors every day. For or that she's Is it 3 days a week that she goes to preschool? 3 days a week she's outside for 5 hours and just tromping through the woods and going all over the place and da 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 da. It's deluxe. Even in the wet cold, she's out there. And so these guys are quite imaginative. And I ran across these books and I thought, yep, these will be fun. These will be fun for story and art. And let me get this back to where it should be. Maybe, yeah, there. And is that in the middle? I don't know. Am I in the middle? My other me in the middle. So let's skip over to where I am. My next one should be, yes, there it is. Why am I? Oh, there we go. I'll make me smaller. There. Yay. This book is called Cookie Time, and it's by the creator of Not Quite Narwhal, which is a graphic novel picture book combination by Jesse Sima, and has won awards. It's quite incredible. And so, but oftentimes graphic novels are longer and they don't fit with what I'm doing here. But Cookie Time did. And, since it's been the season of cookies, I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of glad we didn't make a whole bunch, but I kind of missed them too. Yay. So for the first story tonight is called Cookie Time by Jesse Sima. And I particularly like this story because the kids, it takes a little different aspect to it. The kids make cookies with Grandpa, not Grandma this time. Yay. Grandpa put the cookies in the oven and set a timer. Now we wait, he said. Kat and Ari loved Cookie Time. But waiting was very difficult. So they built a time machine. Of course. They set it off to take them into the future, to just after the cookies were finished baking. That way they would never have to wait. At least, that was the plan. When they arrived in the future, the house was dark and quiet. They retrieved the spare key and snuck into the house for Cookie Time. We must have already eaten them all, said Ari. Well, that was very rude of us, said Kat. But they forgave their future selves and returned to their time machine. They set it to take them into the past to just before they ate all the cookies. At least, that was the plan. Yeah. Oh, the dog has other ideas. When they arrived in the past, the house looked different, and so did Biscuit. Is that you? Asked Ari. Is that us? Asked Kat. Ari and Kat both remembered this day. It was their very first Cookie Time with Grandpa. It would be easy to take cookies from ourselves, said Kat. That would be very rude of us, said Ari. And neither of them wanted to ruin what had been a perfect day. So they returned to their time machine. They set it to take them into the future, to just after the cookies were finished baking, but just before they could be eaten. At least, that was the plan. When they arrived in the future, everything seemed different. Whoa. But it turned out some things were not. As they raced through the streets, Ari and Kat caught a familiar scent in the air. They followed their noses until they found the source. Cookie time, no waiting. They chose exactly the kind of cookies they wanted, and they didn't even have to wait. But something was missing. They had the cookies, but this was not cookie time. Kat and Ari decided it was time to go home. There was just one last thing to take care of. You took that from us, said Ari. That was very rude of you, said Kat. And in that moment, they knew what had to be done. They threw the dinosaur. With their time machine returned to working order, they very carefully set it to take them back to when they started. When they arrived at home, everything looked just like they left it, and nothing was missing. To their surprise, it felt like no time at all before it was cookie time. Everyone agreed it was worth the wait, except for Biscuit. We'll play with you soon, said Ari. Wait till we're finished, said Kat. But waiting was very difficult. Uh-oh. My goodness. There. And that is cookie time. What'd you guys think of that one? I know, the art is so good. That was just so, it's fun. I mean, how many of you made time machines, tried to, or cardboard boxes? Oh my gosh. The things we used to build with boxes. We didn't have so many cardboard boxes, but we would have apple bins, which, if you know what an apple box looks like a wooden apple box, an apple bin will hold 25 boxes of apples. So it's huge. It's like 3.5 feet by 3.5 feet by 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet tall. So yeah, Dad would pile those up and we would make houses with those, or we could all kind of things out in the thing. Yes, it's just, I need me a cookie time machine. Yeah, that was great. So the next story I have, oh my gosh. If you remember the book On Market Street that was the Caldecott winner and was about the boy and his grandmother, they rode the bus through all the town and everything and went to an area, and then they went to a soup kitchen to help serve there. And the boy was talking about all the way, it was like, oh, why do we have to do this and that? And all the way, and then they went to Market Street. And that was done by Matt de la Pena, I believe, it was the author. And I'm thinking that Christian Robinson, who is the illustrator of this, also did that. I'm pretty sure that they did that together. So this next book is by Matt de la Pena, who is a Newbery Medal winning author. And The pictures are by Christian Robinson, who is a Caldecott honor-winning illustrator. But this is a book called Milo Imagines the World. And in this book, I'm glad it has a big, hopefully you can see it close enough. There is a really interesting kind of backstory told in the illustrations. And for me, this is a book that I would have had instantly in my classroom in Monroe, Washington. And when we get to the end of it, I'll tell you why it would have been in my classroom and I would have shared it with so many kids, because it would have been significant for a significant population of students that I served. And this is such a wonderful story of this. So it's called Milo Imagines the World. Here we go. And he's quite the artist. Milo takes his art journal with him everywhere. Milo imagines the world. What begins as a slow, distant glow grows and grows into a tired train that clatters down the tracks. A cool rush of wind quiets into a screech of steel, and when the doors slide open, Milo slips aboard. The train bucks back into motion, and he and his sisters squeeze onto bench seats. The whiskered man beside Milo has a face of consternation. Oh, it's concentration. A businessman has a blank, lonely face. The wedding-dressed woman near the far door has a face made out of light, while the dog peeking out of her handbag has no face at all, just a long, lolling tongue. These monthly Sunday subway rides are never ending, and as usual, Milo is a shook-up soda. Excitement stacked on top of worry, on top of confusion, on top of love. To keep himself from bursting, he studies the faces around him and makes pictures of their lives. At a downtown local stop, the whiskered man folds up his crossword and hurries off the train. Milo imagines him trudging through brown mounds of slush. It's a 5-flight climb to his cluttered apartment, where he's greeted by mewling cats and burrowing rats. Parakeets tweet songs of longing as the man sips tepid suit hunched over a game of solitaire. And late that night, the door to the parakeet cage mysteriously falls open, and the cats gather on the cold sill to watch the birds fly free above the city. Milo tugs his sister's sleeve and holds up his picture. But even when she turns to look, he can tell she doesn't see. She's a shook-up soda, too. A boy in a suit boards the train with his dad. His hair is a perfect part, and there's not a single scuff on his bright white Nikes. Milo imagines the clop, clop, clop of the horse-drawn carriage that will carry him to his castle. Imagines the clink, clink, clink of the guards slowly lowering the drawbridge. Across the human-made moat, the boy is met by a butler, 2 maids, and a gourmet chef offering crust-free sandwiches squares. Milo flips to a fresh page at a bustling midtown stop. When the wedding-dressed woman strides off the train, a band of street performers launches into Here Comes the Bride, and everyone on the platform stops and cheers. Milo imagines the grand cathedral ceremony where the couple will be pronounced husband and wife. Imagines the groom whisking his new bride to an awaiting hot air balloon where the pilot loads them in with blankets and blasts the heat, and up they go, hand in hand, beyond the concrete walls of the city into the infinite blue. Milo holds up this picture too, but his sister shoos him away. Can't you see I'm playing my game? He watches her thumbs bang around her smudged screen, then turns back to the boy in the suit. They lock eyes for a few long seconds, and suddenly it feels like the walls are closing in around Milo. The spell is broken when a crew of breakers bounds onto the train announcing, "You all ready for a show?" Several curious faces look up as the beat drops, and now the girls are walking up walls, they're whirling around poles, they're backflipping over shopping bags. When the train pulls to the next stop, they collect a few dollars and scramble for another car. Milo imagines them going from train to train, doing their act as everyone watches. But even after the performances are over, faces still follow their every move. When they walk down the electronics aisle at the department store, when they cross into a fancy neighborhood, Milo doesn't really like this picture, so he puts away his pad and turns to his reflection in the window. What do people imagine about his face? Can they see him reciting his volcano poem to the class? Can they hear his mom's soothing voice reading him a bedtime book over the phone? Can they smell the chili Colorado bubbling in a pot in his auntie's apartment near the cemetery? Butterflies flood Milo's stomach when it finally is their stop. He follows his sister onto the cold platform and up the stairs. Above ground, he's surprised to see the boy in the suit a few paces ahead. He's even more surprised when the boy joins the long line to pass through the metal detector. Milo's sister suddenly bends to give him a hug. "I didn't mean to snap at you," she says. She takes his hand, adding, "You have your picture ready?" He nods, feeling the warmth of her fingers. As they slowly shuffle forward, Milo studies the boy in the suit, his dad rubbing his thin shoulders. And a thought occurs to him. Maybe you can't really know anyone just by looking at their face. Milo tries to reimagine all the pictures he made on the train. Maybe he could have done it like this instead. Or this. Or this. Milo's chest fills with excitement when he spots his mom through the crowd. His sister rushes to give her a hug before pulling Milo in too. And it's in this tight tangle of familiar arms that he feels most alive. When they separate, Milo flips through his pad until he finds the right picture. "I made this for you," he says, holding it up, and he watches for the smile he hopes will spread across his mom's face. And that's Milo Imagines the World. Whoa. Yeah, that book. For the 35 years that I taught in Monroe School District, and I taught. It's the town that houses Monroe State Penitentiary, the Special Offenders Unit, the Honor Farm, and one other, and Twin Rivers Institute, all prisons. Not the women's prisons. That is in another area. That's actually not too far from where I live here up in Purdy. There's the state women's prison here in Washington. But I had a lot of students when I taught at one of the schools at Frank Wagner, who I did parent conferences occasionally over the phone with their dad, who was one of the inmates. And the kids would leave school early on a certain day so that they could go get in line to go in for visitation. Whoa. So when I saw this book and I first went through it, and I didn't catch it until it got toward the end, what was happening, I was so moved that Matt de la Pena had such, he took such great care in integrating the child's imagination, but also his feelings in and everything into a situation that we oftentimes don't think about kids being part of, that going to go visit their mom who is incarcerated, or going to go visit their dad who's incarcerated. It was wonderful to see that he could put a positive light to it in such a way that would be helpful to some kids, I would think. I don't know. I found it just really, really wonderful. Yeah, it choked me up too. It did. The illustrations could have been by a child in so many of the frames, and I think that was what Christian Robinson oftentimes does with his work. It's just that way to make it that much more realistic and that much more connected, I think. It just, such a good book. If you guys are open for it, if you can stick around for one more, I have one more that's kind of lighthearted. It's due back at the library very soon. So if you need to go, I understand. It's been, that's a wow. What a lovely picture he imagined at the end, yes. And I saw working with children with behavioral challenges, and it does each day going to work and seeing these situations. Unless it's very difficult to imagine what they go through, what it's like. And not only that, one of the school where I taught, for a long time, when I was in the classroom, for the majority of the time when I was in the classroom, it was a mix of kids whose parents, some of the kids who we had a high level of low free and reduced income, so it was like a 60% low income district, and then we had a large number of kids whose one of their parents was incarcerated, and then we had a large number of kids whose parent was a guard at one of the institutions, and so you had quite an interesting combination in such way. And it was just so diverse, and it was such a honor to be able to be there with those kids and to teach them, and to just it was a great place to be. I learned a lot. I grew up a lot. As a young teacher, it was whew. So anyway, the next book is called Grandma's Purse. And it's by Vanessa Brantley Newton, who we've done several of her books, and she does the illustrations for me. You'll recognize her style. She's such a wonderful illustrator. She has another book out called Sewing Stories that is a biography, a historical, somewhat historical biography type thing, picture book. I have to find it though. I'm going to hunt it down, and I'm excited to read that. But this, I thought, imagine that. If you ever had a grandmother or a great aunt or an aunt like I did who had stuff in a bag or had that cubby where they kept things, or they had that thing tucked away, and you never quite knew what was going to come out of Grandma's purse. There we go, Grandma's Purse by Vanessa Brantley Newton. Again, the illustrations are so much fun in this. Oh my gosh. I think, what are the illustrations are done? I can't remember. I can't read this one. Oh, they're done in Corel and Adobe Photoshop and watercolor and charcoal pencil, gouache, all kinds of stuff. Grandma's Purse. Today, my grandma Mimi is coming to visit. When Mimi comes over, she always has a new treasure to share. And no matter what it is, it comes from inside her purse. I can't look away from it. It must be full of some magical things. All of the things that make my grandma Mimi. Will you show me what's inside? Oh, yes, she will. I keep all kinds of things in my purse. You never know what you want to have with you. I use my mirror to see myself before you see me. I use it to put on my lipstick, so my lips are ready to give you a big kiss. And you have your smell good. Mimi laughs. Yes, I use my smell good so you know I was here even after I go home. I keep extra earrings in my purse in case I want to feel extra fancy. And my hairpins keep my hair just so. This coin purse holds my coins, of course, but it also holds memories. Your grandfather brought it back from Japan for me. So when I do something small like put away change, I do something big and think of him too. Candy! You never know when you'll need a little treat. Mimi always passes me a piece of candy to suck on in church, right when I've been having a hard time paying attention to the pastor. Your phone looks like a toy. It has my friends' phone numbers on it. What else would I need it for? My glasses help me see your pretty face, and this scarf can keep me warm or give me a cushion if I want to rest my head, so it can make me feel fancy, or it can make me feel fancy if my earrings don't do it on their own. So this is how Mimi gets to be Mimi. With everything in her purse, I can be Mimi too. Oh, look at her cameo. Little cameo pin. I love that little detail. And the bobby pin sticking out of her hair. Toward the bottom of the bag, I find a sleeve of pictures. At first, I only recognized one, me. But Mimi shows me who's in the others. There's Mimi a long time ago when she married Papa, and another of my mom when she was my age. She looks like me, only without all of Mimi's accessories. There's one more thing at the very bottom. I couldn't see it until we took out all of Mimi's treasures one by one. It's big, and it has my name on it. A purse of my own. And I know what will go in first. So Vanessa Brantley Newton is a self-taught illustrator, doll maker, and crafter who studied fashion illustration at the Fashion Institute of Technology and children's book illustration at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. She's the author and illustrator of Let Freedom Sing and Don't Let Auntie Mabel Bless the Table, and has illustrated numerous children's books, including Mary Had a Little Glam by Tammy Sauer and Sewing Stories by Barbara Herkett, and Presenting Tallulah by Tori Spelling. Vanessa makes her nest in Charlotte, North Carolina with her husband, daughter, and rambunctious cat named Stripes. This is the book, Sewing Stories, that I want to find and read. Yes, always an adventure in someone else's purse, that's for sure. That is for sure. Oh my goodness. Yes. My grandmother always had such crazy things in hers. You know, I have like back over here, this right here is my grandfather's coin purse. If I can get it to open. Yeah, it flips open. It has a little flip like this. I'll show you. It has a flip like that. If I pop it open, it has his Oli O. Melby. And he got this 5/10/1902. That's when he got it. And I keep some of my business cards in it. But it's, and then it has another little part right here for, it was very cool. It's a very cool kind of leather type. It's just awesome the way how well it's made and the things that it does and holds. It was Grandma gave, yeah. One of the many things of Grandma and Grandpa's that I keep, that I have. Right back there. They're kind of like those type of things. I now have my Mimi's purse. Oh, Dawn, that's great. My granddaughter had a little one she was carrying with her, and she took it with her to the library. It was so cute when we went this weekend. Yes. Oh, I need a book for your granddaughter. I bet they'd love it. It's a wonderful book. Being a grandma is grand. Grandma is grand. Scarves. They're like the never-ending scars of a magician. Oh, yeah. That's something else. Okay, you guys. So I got 3 stories for you tonight. I'll be back on Thursday with more stories. And I got art from a couple people. I hope you guys are getting... Larry, I'm glad Larry said that he needed something for inspiration, because I've been getting there too. I'm like, I need something. I've been so focused on getting these videos done, and I forget that that's in itself a kind of art form, but I really want to get some other stuff done too. And hopefully it's not going to be, I want to go out to Studio G. Maybe I'll plan that. What do I think? Maybe I should go live from Studio G on Thursday. And who knows? We'll see. You're welcome, Lala. I'm in a virtual meeting, but I was listening. Lala, you're so funny. I've never known anybody who can multitask quite like Lala. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have much in my purse, considering my whole purse is my phone and this little wallet thing in it. That's my whole purse. So, oh well. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I hope your new year has started off well and get going on things, and that you enjoy yourself. Let me just check something. I was going to put something here. If I can find it. Hang on. Give me half a second so I can post something for you. Switch cam. There we go. And there we go. Copy. And there we go. Back. So if you want, there is the link for my other channel, On Camera GG17. It's fairly brand new. I've got like 12 people, and it's all I'm sending, going to focus all my photography stuff over there and keep this Images by Gretchen as the storytelling channel. And I may change it to, Stories with Gretchen, or who knows, but I don't know. Images by, it's kind of that way. We'll see. It's kind of as it is. You were looking for it. I know if you type in just On Camera, it doesn't, there's a bunch of other stuff, and it's because it's so new, you have to do the On Camera -GG. GG stands for Gangsta Grandma. That's the nickname, and 17 is my birthday and my wedding anniversary and just kind of my number. So that's the way it is. Anyway, you guys, that's it for tonight. And I thank you so much for being here for Show and Tell. Larry and Susan, thank you for sending in your art. Appreciate it so much. It's beautiful to see your work, and it's so fun to see everybody still doing that. You guys, I'll be here next Sunday. So if anybody wants to send their things in, imagesbygretchen@icloud.com, just put live art in the subject line. Thank you. Words failed. And we'll be back with that. And so I thank you so much for being here and for being part of the Imagine with Gretchen. Larry. Oh my gosh, he did it again. Larry is like my guru savant of coming up with the names. Imagine with Gretchen. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, I could do Grandma Goo, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to stick with Gretchen. Imagine with Gretchen. Perfect. I'm going to do it. Thanks, Larry. That's just brilliant. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I've got goosebumps. I got what did Doc call them? They're called something else in Hawaii. Tora, while you worked on thumbnails, I had to redo thumbnails today too. I finally listened after Doc's been beating me over the head about thumbnail, about less is more. And I finally worked on some, figured it out. Yeah, I'm getting there. I don't always agree with him on his ways, but there's some things I do. And I finally, when I equated a thumbnail like a book cover, and that's when I realized, oh, yeah, which book covers do you like to see and which ones don't you? So that's why I kind of... Anyway, you guys, it's been a delight. Thank you so much. I really needed this today. This feels really good to have the bucket fillers here and the whole crew and everybody else come, and Lala to bring her crafty friends over and have them become Lala and Don and Tora and Roy and Anthony all become part of the bucket filler brigade. I appreciate that, you guys, so much for being here. And until next time, just keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. And I'll be back on Thursday.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous. We could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard.
Yes, he usually does have the brilliant ideas.
There is no light in your eyes. Oh, we don't
Grandma
need
Goo.
no black cards. I just need you by